Nightwing and Starfire.
Hi.
You got about 5-6 minutes.
Okay, so being that you both have played these characters a little bit at least now, how have you kind of grown into playing these characters? How has that kind of happened?
Well, I think a lot of that happens just in the writing and the storytelling of these scripts. This is my third time being Starfire in the movies, and we've definitely seen the course of our relationship and our characters' relationships change over the course of the movies. And their relationship is actually a big part of the storyline with the Judas contract, so we get to see how that evolves.
And on that note, how does this story change your relationship for better or for worse, without giving anything away, of course?
Well, I think we can say there's certainly romantic happenings happening.
Yes.
I think the seed was planted a little while ago, and I think we see it come to fruition. I also think, in regards to my leaving and Starfire becoming, leader of the Titans, and then I return, and that also adds a certain dynamic of power struggle.
And again, without giving anything away, how does this film change that relationship again? How does it what does it do to it, or without giving anything big away, of course?
Well, we definitely see it tested. I mean, we see them trying to take the next step with their personal relationship, and that getting a lot more serious. But then also that idea that they've been apart for a while, and she has become the leader, and now he is coming back, and they're kind of trying to find out their new roles within the Teen Titans. So they're being kind of challenged on both a professional and a personal level in this movie.
And I guess my last question would be, since you both again have played them a little bit, what has been your favorite moment in playing those characters so far?
Oh gosh, I had so much fun pretending to be Batman.
Because who wouldn't?
I know.
Subplots of horror want to see kind of this whole series of movies has been Batman's relationship with Dean, his father figure. So Batman is kind of out of the picture in this one. You're here, you kind of have that kind of same, what's your relationship with Dean?
Yeah, I mean, I think in Bad Blood we sort of saw an evolution of, Dick and Damien, and I think they're developed a lovely older brother, somewhat paternal relationship happening there. I certainly think that we've all seen the older brother, younger brother, the bickering, the bantering, that kind of fun sort of teasing. But I think there's a subcurrent of respect and love, and certainly loyalty. And we see certainly bits of that in this movie as well.
Yes.
How does Starfire compare to off-brand?
Well, anytime you do one of the Lego movies, the tone of the movies are so different. There's a comedic element, there's a playful element. So when I was playing Wonder Woman and Bizarra in that Lego movie, we had a little bit more leeway to be much funnier and a little looser with certain parts of the character and the comedy. Definitely with this movie, it's pretty straight up drama. One of the cool things is that they've taken these movies in a darker direction, in a more adult direction, and so they can explore themes with the superheroes that they haven't done in other versions of it. So we see a more straight version of Starfire, a more dramatic version, but they have a couple of great little comedic moments in this one, usually between the two of them. So
some sexual innuendos.
Some innuendos, a little banter.
Since you guys are playing a couple, did you guys get to act out a lot of the scenes together, even though you guys were voice acting, or did you guys do it separately a lot?
We did everything separately.
But
have you ever done it with another actor? Done it. Yeah.
Wow, gosh, that was...
Oh, this is getting a little personally.
Holla!
I've never worked in the booth with another actor.
I have worked a number of times, but with you. We worked together on
That
Batman Bad Blood.
Wait,
We were in the room together,
that was
and was it Bad Blood? Or
no,
was
it was what was my
You were Nightwing.
yeah no what was it what was the first movie I did, Gary?
First movie you did was
Son of Batman.
It was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I remember, I was blind in that movie because it was my first voice gig ever, and I thought I was going to be fired the whole time.
He doesn't know it, but he's.
What?
Yeah, so we actually.
Now I remember
recorded.
you,
Now
yeah,
you
yeah.
remember. See, because I kept saying
Oh
to him,
my
we
gosh.
recorded together, we've met, and he's like, yeah, you're a good actor.
But
You
that
were
was like
faking it.
no, but that was like
We went back so far.
5 years ago. How long
Yeah,
ago was
it's
that?
been,
Long
it's
time
been
ago.
a long time. It's been like 6 years, 5 years.
Right.
How
Yeah.
does that affect the chemistry since you guys are playing two characters that's supposed to have chemistry with each other?
Acting.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, it's interesting because even when we were sort of in a semicircle, right, and we were kind of just stepping in when we needed to record,
Yeah.
but we weren't necessarily. It wasn't because we were working together as actors. It was just a timing thing, a scheduling thing. We
Yeah.
all came in, and so we stepped in and did our separate work. I feel like more so than playing off of each other.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I've never really had the chance to. I don't know if you have done so much more voice work than me. I always wondered, you get in the booth with somebody and do it.
It kind of depends on the project, and sometimes they'll have it set up so that we can see each other a little bit better. But for the purposes of these movies, we didn't really get to record together.
Yeah.
So a lot of that chemistry comes from, first of all, the writing.
Yeah.
There's some great writing and storytelling in these movies, and I can't stress that enough. What an amazing team they put together for these, and just the voice direction. It just really helps you create
Did
those
Andrea Monaco help
relationships.
you guys with the voice direction in this one?
Not in this one.
Oh, she wasn't
She
available? Yeah, she does a lot.
Yeah.
Wes Gleason, I think, did it for this one.
Yes.
He's
What
a
do you
great
like most
guy.
about playing Starfire and Nightwing? A lot.
I like a lot. I've become remotely obsessed with him. I've really grown to love this character and everything about it. I love, like we say, it certainly had gone, a little bit darker, more dramatic, but to sort of have that little band. Just anytime they throw a little humor your way, I think is so much fun.
You should cosplay him. I could see you doing that.
Yeah,
I would see it.
Just told me that.
you can totally play him in a night live action.
Because they had Christina Ricci do Morticia once, so go ahead and do,
Did she?
I don't know if it was actually doctored or not, but there was a picture of her dressed like Morticia.
Huh.
Yeah, the verdict's out as far as whether or not that was doctored or not.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It was very cool.
What do you like about Starfire?
I love that, again, and I have to compliment the writing. Again, with the progression of the movies, we've just seen such an evolution of her character. She's become so much more of a leader. She's become a stronger character. We see her personally evolving and her relationship with Nightwing evolving. So I love that they explore the human side of the superheroes in addition to just the fighting and saving the world. We get to see these looks at the vulnerability of the characters and their relationships with each other, and I find all of that really interesting.
Is she more motherly or big sister?
I would say she's motherly and kind of teacherly, if you want to put it that way. She's definitely looked up to by the younger members of the team as a mentor and a leader.
Are you going to head into it?
Each year at WonderCon, they premiere another movie, and every time Nightwing and Starfire come on the screen, the crowd always seems to go wild, more than for any other character. So at what point do we think there's going to be just a vehicle for just the two of them, rather than paired with the Teen Titans?
That'd be fun.
That would be super fun. I'd be on board.
I'd be on board.
Spread that rumor.
Yeah.
Let's get that going.
Start that going.
We'll see. We don't know.
What's the hardest part about doing what you do?
I can say say that for me, your performance, you have to keep in mind that it's all coming through your voice. When you do on-camera acting, you can say a lot with just a facial expression or, a very slight shrug or something with your body language. And when you're doing a voice acting job, any nuance in your performance, you have to translate it through your voice. So, if you're lucky enough to do it a lot, you get to know your voice like an instrument. But yeah, just knowing that your performance has to come.
Do you experiment with different styles of delivery?
Very much so. I mean, I experiment with that a lot, and that's also where you hope that you've got a great team around you, where you've got a good director that's going to say, oh yeah, don't worry, we're going to animate this here. She's going to give a little side look at him, so you can throw that line away, or somebody that really knows how the overall vision is going to turn out can really help you with your performance.
Have you guys had a chance to see the movie yet, or
at
final
home?
product?
At home,
At
but
home,
not on the big screen.
Actually, I haven't seen all of it. I was watching it. My 6-year-old came downstairs, which we were talking. He was going to come to the movie, and we decided that maybe he should just go to bed. Well, because it's dark, it's violent. But he came downstairs while I was watching it, and he wanted me to come lay with him. So I went upstairs and I laid with him and fell back asleep. So I didn't watch. Well, I fell asleep when he fell back asleep the night before we were coming here. So I didn't watch all of the movie.
Are you gonna see it?
Yeah.
An hour or so.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
How did you guys
Oh, what was that?
I was asking Sean, how do you think Joss will do with that background?
I mean, amazing. He's a genius.
It's awesome. I think he could do amazing things with kind of anything. The guy can do no wrong. I always really loved cartoons, so when I moved out to Los Angeles, I specifically kind of started auditioning for it, and eventually got cast in some cartoons, and it just kind of took over. So
yeah, I was Andre Romano. I had met her, and she was the one who brought me on to do Nightwing, and that was the first time I had ever done voiceover. Yeah. So it's still kind of new for me. Yeah.
Was it like the first time doing it? Did you have to do a lot of overall here again?
Kind of. I mean, I can't. You were there.
It was a learning process.
Yeah, I think I blocked it. I was really, really, really nervous, and I'm not kidding when I say I thought I was going to get fired. And even when I saw the movie, I thought that they had like twerked my voice or used somebody else's voice. But then Andrea was like, "No, that's you. That's what you worked on. That's the person you created."
So have y'all read the comics before doing any of the voices for these characters, or now that you've done them, do you want to go out and read the comics related to these characters?
I have not. You've read more than
I've read some. I mean, I've read a lot of DC, a lot of DC comics, but I hadn't read a ton of the Teen Titans ones. I did some research about the Judas contract before they started doing this movie, so I'd like to read more.
You have a 6-year-old, Sean.
What?
You're supposed to introduce him to comics.
Oh, well, yeah, no, he's introduced. Just I don't know if they can watch some of these.
Just need to get a year or two.
Some of these are a little violent, and there's boobs.
There's ladies in tiny costumes. Guilty.
All right, are we supposed to?
I guess, yeah. Do you have any other questions for us before we move on? Sure.
I think we're supposed to get Stuart, but I don't know what's happening.